To win the wrestling championship, Patrick trained his butt every day, until it became harder than diamonds. It was time for the annual World Wrestling Tournament. The strongest wrestlers from around the world had gathered. This year's final bosses? 2 unbeatable champions. Whoever defeats them gets a $1 million cash prize. Mr. Krabs was so excited, he ripped off his shirt and signed up on the spot. As the tournament began, wrestlers entered one by one. But when Mr. Krabs reached the entrance, he heard something strange. The fighters ahead had all been brutally beaten. Terrified, Mr. Krabs thought of his 2 dumbest employees, SpongeBob and Patrick. He blindfolded them and pushed them into the arena, while they happily assumed it was some surprise party. One of the giants breathed gently at SpongeBob, and when they opened their eyes, 2 massive strangers stood before them. Mr. Krabs quickly whispered, "Relax, it's all just acting." Relieved, the duo smiled and dropped their guard. Then SpongeBob noticed Patrick's extremely firm butt. Patrick proudly said, "I practice every night even in my sleep. Now my butt is harder than diamonds." They got back in the ring, but the giant just blew at them, and they were buried deep into the floor. Then, he grabbed them both, and slammed them into a bucket, punch after punch, until they were mashed into mush. Next, he used them like mouthwash, gargled, then spit them out. They turned into water and flowed into the sewer. After reforming, the second giant grabbed Patrick, molded him into a ping-pong ball, tied a string around him, and tied the other end to SpongeBob. Now they were the paddle and the ball. Even Mr. Krabs was stunned speechless. Suddenly, the string snapped. Patrick flew into the other giant's hand, and got twisted into a pretzel. SpongeBob got twisted too. The 2 pretzels collided and exploded into pieces, landing in a wheelbarrow. The giants dumped the bits into a cement mixer, blending them with concrete, and turning them into cement slabs, complete with handprints. Then, soft lullaby music started playing. The giants gently placed them into a bed, and tucked them in. But it wasn't over. The 2 giants launched themselves into the air, flipping midair, preparing their final move. SpongeBob and Patrick lay helpless below. Mr. Krabs had already accepted defeat. But just then, Patrick dreamed of training his butt. He activated his diamond hard butt. To win the wrestling championship, Patrick